Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a review on a stock that was requested. This one is called Weebit Nano. Weebit Nano, from what I've researched, and this is outside of my area of expertise, but I'm gonna give it a crack anyway. Weebit Nano basically deals with flash memory, and they deal with ReRam or let's go through this. ReRam is resistive random access memory, the most promising technology to replace flash. Professor James Tour, one of the leading scientists of our decade and member of the Weebit advisory board, together with his team, created ReRam memory out of silicon oxide and is already the cheapest and most common material used in the semiconductor industry. So that's a bit of a mouthful. But anyway, I did a bit of research on them. This is one of the articles that I came across. Weebit Nano looks to develop next generation data storage. Released October 18. So what's that, about 2 weeks ago? A little over 2 weeks ago. The company is an Israeli company. They were founded in 2014, I believe. So just let me double check. Yeah, so the company was actually founded in 2014. And alright, so what I started with was searching up Weebit. So at a glance, sitting at 28 cents, closed on Friday, down 6%. First thing I look at is company research. So I look at market cap, that's the first thing, 43 million. So it is a fairly small total market cap. And we know that it's in the industry of memory and semiconductors. Next, I look at announcements, sort by all. Any of these ones with the ticks are market sensitive. So I've opened up a couple of these. And from a glance, I can see there was a share purchase plan. So basically, that's revenue raising. So they put it out to sophisticated and professional investors as a first round at a discounted rate for people to buy shares, and then they offer the extended discount to current shareholders to raise more money. So let's take a look. So this is one of the articles. Weebit Nano packages its first memory chips. Israeli semiconductor company seeking to develop and commercialize the next generation of memory technology. So I had a quick read through that, and like I said, guys, apologize if I don't come off as this is not my expertise, basically. So I am trying to make sense of it, and this is how I would go through a stock that has been recommended to me, but I don't necessarily have the background or industry knowledge. So anyway, so this is the share placement, and as you can see from a quick glance, $3 million was raised and another $1 million to enable shareholders to participate. So they capped at a $15,000 per shareholder. Looks like they raised $3 million through sophisticated and professional investors, and an additional $1 million. So that's $4.5 million they've raised, which is not bad at all, to be honest, considering that the company, as we were saying earlier, is 43 million, 3.5 million, that's 10% raise. So they'll have that in cash. It does obviously dilute the shares a little bit. Weebit Nano demonstrates commercially viable retention results. So this is October 18. And I found the CEO here, Coby Hanoch, and Professor James Tour is I guess the brains behind it, or the professor who's done his PhD. So I did a bit of research here. Coby Hanoch, I jump on LinkedIn. I like to find out who the people are behind the companies. So from what I could find, he's got a background in mostly sales, CEO of an Israeli company, worldwide sales again, president and CEO, selling EDA and IP and related products. So a little bit in the technology area, and then more recently 2017 until present. So he's been with the company for a little over a year, so we'll see what he can do. The other guy was Professor James Tour. Background is University of Wisconsin-Madison. Is doing chemistry and then postdoctorate in Stanford University. But the interesting part was here. So he joined Center of Nanoscale Science Technology at Rice University in 1999, where he presently the TTT and WF Chow Professor of Chemistry, Professor of Computer Science, and Professor of Material Science and Nano Engineering. So the nano engineering studies started in the 2000s. So this guy's been doing this for the last 18 years or so. So that's pretty credible. But that's not the only thing that makes a company successful. So the other thing I then move on to is look at the current share price to see where shareholder confidence is and how things have been going. So if you look at the last 3 months, you can see it's almost halved in share price. So that rings alarm bells. But I like to zoom out and see a bigger picture. So if I look at 1 year, overall we can see at the highest point is at 9 cents and it's currently sitting at 30%. So zoom out a bit further, 3 years, even 5 years, you can see 1.3 cents went all the way up to 11 cents in late 2015. Momentum sort of stayed in 2016, big drop, and then you can see there was recent interest early this year in January, and similar kind of thing. So it does look like overall we are in a downtrend. So what I do is I jump on TradingView. It's got better charting than the charts on Commonwealth or your NAB bank accounts. So if you don't already, you can sign up for this. It's a free service. Mostly there is a paid option, but you can use a Facebook, Gmail account or whatever, and it'll save your settings. So I look up Weebit Nano, click on full feature chart, and here we are. So if you look out here, you can see this chart's back to 2011, but where I'm interested is probably since 2014. So I'm going to look at this section here. So overall you can see the dip, similar sort of pattern, and then what happened here, November 2016, big rise. So that aligns with, and before this I hadn't heard of Weebit or had real interest in this area, to be honest, but I had a request, so I decided I'll run you through what my thinking is. If you go here past 2 years, go back to 2016, and let's see if we can find. So I think they hit a milestone, successful first phase electrical results. But anyway, let's keep looking. So based off this chart, there is support probably around the 16 cents level. And so let's chart that out. So around here, the 16 to 17 cents. So this green line here. And right now it's currently sitting at 28 cents. Oh, sorry, 2.8 cents. And the support is at 1.7 cents. So potentially this could go all the way down here and even further, but there would probably generally be strong support here. So from a technical standpoint, there does look like it's overall heading down. If I were to consider to buy, I'd probably target maybe 21 to 23 cents with a small position, and then topping up again between 18 and 20 cents. So maybe 21, and then buying again if it drops another 20% down to about 17 cents. So that's me personally from a technical standpoint, unless I was taking a very small position now. So let's take a look. So ReRam is a type of non-volatile random access computer memory that works by challenging resistance dielectric solid state material, often referred to as a mem resistor. So again, not super technically savvy in this regard, but I did do a bit of research to see who are the other competitors in the space, what other technologies are available, and this is 2013. So this technology has been around for some time. It's just hitting those milestones, getting investor interest, and actually having the right partners to bring this technology to fruition. So let's take a quick look. So the other competitor I found in the space was 4DES, Interface Switching ReRam. And let's see how they're doing. So 4DES. So they were down 3% too, so that was interesting. So if we can compare this to Weebit Nano's graph, this is definitely holding a lot better, around the 5 cents range. And let's see at market cap. So you're looking at 54 million. So very similar market cap, but just a bit more stability. So what did I find? So this was a bit of a benchmark. So it's closer to commercializing its silicon ReRam technology. I think, yeah, so this article back in 2016, when there was a lot of interest, highlighted the fact that ReRam could have its first commercial purpose in having phone storage memory above 1 terabyte storage. So, currently it's in increments of 128 gigabytes, but its limitation is still at 1 terabyte. So, from a commercial point of view, I'd imagine they would be looking at, should they develop the technology per, gigabyte in terms of being cost efficient, or are they trying to create the most amount of storage based on consumer behavior. So there's a bit of a consideration to be made there. And this article is who will win the $1 billion race between 4DS and Weebit. They're saying the industry is worth up to 25 billion. So, but I'd still take that with a grain of salt. So let's take a look. So yeah, 25 billion. I've covered this already. Now, the other thing I do is I jump on Hot Copper, and this gives the general sentiment of what people and psychology is behind the stock at the moment. If everyone's particularly bullish, I'd probably be gearing towards being slightly cautious. And on the other side, if everyone's real, negative, then I would consider that as a buying opportunity. So they're talking about more commercial specs leading up to the annual general meeting, and hoping for more performance shares. And also it looks like it's Coby's time to shine. This is basically saying that they're looking to secure a top tier partner to showcase the worth of Weebit Nano. So anyway, guys, that's how I sort of break it down. If I were to go over this, so I've made a list of strengths, opportunity, threats, and I'll list the articles in the description below. So, what's the problem? Flash storage limitations and efficiency. ReRam solves that by using semiconductor chips, which will allow us to have flash storage memory of over 1 terabyte on our phones. So there is a market for it. In terms of the team in the backing, founded by Professor James Tour at Rice Uni Houston, who's been studying at Rice University for the last 18 to 20 years. You've got a sales guy, and don't know too much about Coby. Some of the strengths is they signed a development deal with French Research Institute called Leti, and this was to break the 1 terabyte barrier for phone storage. The opportunity is that it can be used in smartphones, again, extends the scalability. Some of the threats, competitor is 4DS, also working on ReRam, although they are calling out 4DS interface switching ReRam technology. So their share price is pretty steady. There was a run up with no real big development, maybe piggybacking on the developments of Weebit Nano at the time. So anyway, guys, that's my review of Weebit. I personally probably would set a buy order in around 18 cents to 22 cents, but I think from a technical standpoint, the stock doesn't look so good. From a fundamental point of view, I don't know this technology too much, but I do see a little bit of potential there. So this is not financial advice, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is just running you through my research. And if you've got any other stocks that you want me to request to do a review on, let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.